Alright lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to the Turf Cast channel for another match review. A happy match review, somewhat. Manchester United won, Burnley won, and I went into this game with the idea that if we got a point, then maybe something may happen here. Maybe. Now, we've gone through this enough times that we've got the dreams, we've got the delusion of we're going to stay up and then the next game we kind of fall apart. When we beat Sheffield United, we then lost away at Wolves. When we beat Fulham, we then lost, I believe it was to Liverpool the next game. We always seem to, and there's no issue for losing to Liverpool, but when the moment comes to get that 3 points the next game to take advantage, it doesn't really work out. And even though we haven't won today, the performance absolutely, for me, deserves the 3 points. And I was warned by many United fans of what exactly to expect from today's game. And what we got was exactly what they said we were going to get. A basketball match. One end to another, counter to another counter, with the lack of quality and lack of clinical decision-making being the final problem for both teams. And that's what we saw today. I mean, I can't even tell you countless times for Burnley and for United that we were just really, really poor in front of goal. The final pass was always too behind or too late for an offside or hesitant to take the final shot. It's just so frustrating to come out of it thinking that we really should have won at Old Trafford. And that 3 points really would have turned the screw and put the pressure on the likes of Luton and Nottingham Forest. And there's only 2 points now. There's only 2 points between it. And it makes it even more frustrating when you look back on the games, even in recent weeks, of Brighton at home with the tragic Muric mistake and Everton away as well, for that matter. Wolves at home, that again just felt like they were just there for the taking. Just those games in recent weeks. West Ham away conceding, but West Ham at home as well. I mean, you can go for the entire season, and I'm sure every team can do the same. But we really should be in a better position here. And fair play to the lads, because I don't think any of us within any reasonable reason would have foreseen this. We all thought that we were down and out 2-3 months ago, and the squad absolutely has seemed to have put itself together here. It's not perfect, absolutely not. We saw that at Everton, we saw it at Brighton, we saw it today as well in parts. The goal that we conceded was really, really poor to concede, and we've seen that countless times this season, but we had some fight to get back into it, and we got the point in the end with a penalty, which, to be fair, we've had many claims of VAR going against us this year. You know, I guess you would say more against us than for us. You can definitely say today that VAR was in our favour, okay? And not even just a penalty that we got for the... To be fair, do I think it is a penalty? I would say so. I mean, like, the ball was already away, but Onana came out and just clattered Amdouni in the face. The only thing is I remember that exact same thing happening against Wolves in like the first game or second game of the season, and that wasn't given. So maybe that's changing the rules now. But, you know, you've seen them not given before, and we got that given, and we took it. Great penalty by Amdouni there. And, yeah, the other penalty shouts, the handball by Vitinho is the main one that they're calling out for, and their main issue is the fact that it is somewhat similar to Wan-Bissaka's against Coventry. In my opinion, neither are penalties, the Wan-Bissaka one or ours. My main concern is I don't really know where Vitinho's meant to put his arm. You may say behind his back, and you've seen people do that recently, but it is still in a natural position. Like, the only way he can miss it is if his arm's behind his back, which people would ask for, or if it's up here. Like, I don't know. It's blasted from 2 yards out. And handballs are such a weird one because it's always up to your own perspective, your own subjective view of what a handball is. And for me, you've seen them given. You've seen those handballs given. And we potentially have rode our luck today in that regards. But not by the performance. The amount of attacks that we've had, so much clear space, and the final ball was just off. I mean, in the first half, let's just go through it. The first half of the first half, the first 23 minutes or so, was predominantly all United, and we had to, you know, basically ride that wave. Muric making a fantastic save countless times, I think 2-3 times in that first 20 minutes to keep us in the game, and we had to hold the line, stay firm, hold your nerve, and we did that. And we got a bit of luck as well, but the fact Muric made some fantastic saves. And then it was our turn. That second half of the first half was all Burnley. And that was incredible to see. The countless chances as well. Foster, the main ones, it fell to the header from the Cullen, ball back into the mixer, and he glanced the header onto it. Great save of Onana. No issue with Fofana there. Sorry, not Fofana, Foster there. No issue with Foster. He got the ball on target. He did what he had to do, and it was just a great save. And then there's the one-on-one. And look, when you go to Old Trafford, you don't get many great opportunities. Never mind a one-on-one. And those are the ones that you kind of have to take. I do think it's also a great piece of goalkeeping by Onana. However, it's those ones that you've got to put away because you don't get that often enough. And it's a shame because I would say we deserve to get 3 points from this game in the same way that I also don't think you can really deny United also having 3 points too. But because we're Burnley, it's a bit more surprising for us to come out feeling this way. So yeah, the one-on-one was a big miss, of course. But a lot of possession, a lot of great chance. I think Foster again from the cutback from Odobert. There was Fofana just to his left-hand side, wayward shot. But it was a great first half considering how he really responded back into it. Second half was similar to the first in terms of a basketball match, and we had countless attacks and just not getting the final ball off. Same thing for United as well. And again, some great goalkeeping by Muric to keep us in the game, and that was really incredible to see because it's also frustrating because it makes you think, where would we be if he started the entire season? I mean, we can go for that. That entire debate can be said and discussed at the end of time. But yeah, Muric, the number one, clearly. So we come out from the game with the Berg mistake, which is really unlike him. And we've not really seen many mistakes coming from him, but Anthony latched onto it. Decent finish, no issue with Muric really missing that. It's right in the bottom right corner. And, I mean, we all kind of watched the rest of the game with our fingers in between our eyes and just not really wanted to watch anymore. And then the VAR call happened, and then you believe in again. I didn't even watch it. I was directly there above the green boxes there, just putting my arms on it. I couldn't even watch it. And I saw Amdouni, and Onana's a decent pen save, decent at pens as well. I was really nervous. I couldn't even watch it, and I'm like that. But I just was screaming, and Odobert in the last minute of the game, I think it was 95th minute, from the right hand side, shoots near post on his left foot, and that so easily just could have just gone underneath his leg. It's so unlucky, man. But look, would you have took a point away at Old Trafford in any context? Yes. In this context, yes as well. But it does slightly feel like a missed opportunity. But look, let's look at the positives because there's many of them. I think all the lads were fantastic. I think performances was great by everyone. Again, big shout out to the likes of, I want to say shout out to O'Shea. I think Daryl O'Shea was really good today. Really good. I think he controlled the likes of Hoyland very well. Esteve as well. But O'Shea, I want to point out a bit more because he has had his moments this year that fans have criticised. So has myself, that he's good for 90% of the game, and there's just a 10% times where he just seems to be inconsistent and error prone. But none of that today, for the most part. And really good performance of him. And it's just a real shame because we had so many opportunities just to make that final ball, and it's just like, make the right decision, and countless times it just wasn't made. But I'm really happy for Amdouni. He's not really been seen too much in the last couple of months. I'm happy he's got that moment, and I think the subs was also good as well. He made the subs at the right times. He brought off a fan, which I think was needed to come off because he didn't have the greatest games. He ran his socks off, however, just the final pass wasn't on. And I think he was dispossessed more times than what we really would have liked. And Amdouni came on, right time for the right sub. Decent subs off him that time. Good, Johan too. I have no issue with that. People may want Benson, but I think Johan has got a bit more experience and just really a good final ball delivery, which I think Benson has too. But I think Johan has a bit more experience to rely on that. In a experience in a really down to the wire game like this. So yeah. 1 loss in the last 8. Positives. 1 loss in the last 8 games. And that loss was just because he put the ball back of our net against Everton. Really. And we faced Chelsea and United in that too. can we believe? We can believe. We can believe. And Forest are playing City, right? So they will very likely lose to City. And we're going to go into next weekend thinking there's only 2 points in it. One main issue. Forest have got Sheffield United next after City. I have no faith in Sheffield United doing anything here, but because they've already got relegated, sometimes there's this weird thing that when teams are already confirmed down, they suddenly do quite well, and there is a bit of a rivalry there from the times in the Championship between Forest and Sheffield United. So I don't think that's as easy as what people may make it out to be. So I think there's a chance there. Slim one, but there's still a chance. So look. Is it in our hands? I don't think it is yet. We've got Newcastle at home. And I'll be in Dublin for that game as well. I'll be with my... I'm there for a stag do as well in Dublin on Saturday. So that could be a fantastic, fantastic night. And for all the Burnley fans across the world, mainly in Lancashire, I really hope we have a fantastic day that day, this weekend. I really hope that we could be delusional. If we beat Sheffield United, we could be full-blown... Sorry, if we beat Newcastle, we could be full-blown delusional. It's not as... I'm looking at the table right now, and I'm getting excited. Is it possible? Does the season start now? I can't say it yet. But we've given ourselves a chance. And all I've said is to not go down for whimper. And to bring some pride back into the club. These final couple of games have something on the line here. Go to Spurs' way of thinking if we could grab a point, that puts us in a position to have it in our hands final day. There's something on the line here. And that's all I can ask for. And even if we do go down, which is, again, the more likely option, there's only 2 of the 3 teams that can stay up between us, Luton and Forest. Only 2 can stay up. Only 2 can go. Only 1 can stay up. My mind's all over the place. I'm just happy and proud of the lads for giving us hope that we have a chance. And even if we do go down, there's some great momentum there, some great just morale for all the players and the fans to go into next season with some good momentum. So, we'll see what happens next week, boys. I'm looking forward to it. Up the Claret.